Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about chord progressions, specifically how we can use different chord qualities and chord progressions so that we can get creative ideas and lots of options for passing chords. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to be doing this lesson in the key of C. The first chord progression we have for today is a 3-6-2 chord progression. All right, E to A to D. And as it implies, we can use this chord progression as a passing to the 2. Okay, the 2 being the target chord, and then the 3-6 acting as passing chords. Now, the song I was playing in the beginning, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, we can have a 3-6-2 chord progression in the song, mainly because we have a 2 in context in the song. And so if you look at that, twinkle twinkle little star, oh. So here's a 2. All right, so before we approach this, the 2 chord, which is the D minor, we can play a 3-6, okay, making it a 3-6-2 chord progression. Now, the best part about this is that we can use different chord qualities on these numbers, okay, and we're going to be exploring them. Let's start off with the 3. So there are different chord qualities we can use on the 3. We can use a minor 7 flat 5. So on the 3, we can play E minor 7 flat 5 or E half diminished, as is commonly called. And here is a technique I like to use, which is called chord separation. I take out the root notes, okay, and then whatever chord I have left, I can improvise that in my right hand, treating it independently, okay? So that means G minor triad, okay? Again, we can use a minor 7 flat 5 on the 3. But I'm showing you a technique I like to use to voice chords, chord separation, okay? It's called chord separation. So I take out the bass note, which is E, or the root note, right? And I have G minor triad, and so I can use G minor triad in my right hand independently and just have that E stay on the bass. Right? So we can, make that improvisation there on the 3. On the 6, we can simply use a dominant 7. I'm gonna maybe raise the 5, yeah, just to give it a little bit of color. And so you see we have E minor 7 flat 5, again playing with that G minor triad on the right. You can go up or down, okay, whichever one you choose. So we can have that there, A7 to the 2, okay? So we try it. Twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are. So what I did, G minor triad, then I inverted. I still having E on the bass here, so okay. Maybe I would have done that, right? Again, playing with that G minor triad on the right. So twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder. Now we can use another chord quality on the 3. We can use a minor chord, okay, maybe add other extensions like the 7, the 9, 11, or the 13. But we can play E minor, okay, and then play A7, maybe add a flat 9 to the A7 before we pass to the 2, okay? So we can maybe voice E minor this way with the 9, okay? So this is E minor 9. May add a note there, so okay, and then A7 flat 9, okay, 9 flat 9, or maybe you can use the natural 9. I don't like the 9, but let's use the flat 9, okay? So we can do that before we get to the 2, okay? We'll try that again in context. Twinkle twinkle, twinkle twinkle little star. Yeah. Okay. Let's use the 11. So we use the E minor 11. All right. Again, you can add extensions. All right. So we can maybe play the E minor chord this way, and then maybe play A7 this way again with the flat 9 before we pass to the 2. Okay, so twinkle twinkle little star, yeah. Still on the 3, we can use a dominant 7. Okay, so we've done the minor 7 flat 5 or the half diminished on the 3. We've done the minor triad or with the extension, or still on the 3, and also we can use another different chord quality with the dominant 7. So we can play E dominant 7, okay, to A7 again with a flat 9 before we pass to the 2. Okay, so we try it. Twinkle twinkle little star, how I wonder. Okay, we can alter the dominant chord, maybe add a sharp 5, sharp 9, yeah, on the E7. Okay, before we go to the A7 and then pass to the 2. Okay, so twinkle twinkle little star, yes. Now on the A7, voicing it as a dominant chord, there are a lot of techniques we can use to have other options. All right, so for example, we can use sus dominant. All right, so concept is very simple. We have a dominant chord A7. In this case, we take the 3 to the 4, and of course the 4 has to go back to the 3, so it is, so that's a movement there, 4 3, and then we can, you know, accompany that with maybe other notes. For example, we can use BA, so see that, or maybe B flat. And that's basically it, right? Adding grace on the A7. So we can have 3, we could have maybe a minor 11, maybe a minor 7 flat 5, maybe a dominant, whatever chord quality you choose on the 3. And on the A7 you can have a sus. Okay, so you can have, let's say, okay, so I use the minor 11 on the 3, sus. Another technique we can use on the dominant chord is upper structure triads. All right, there are a lot of upper structure triads you can use on the dominant chord. My favorite is the augmented. Right, so we are playing A7, right? Simply what we do is play A augmented on our right, and we can use any inversion. Okay, the best bet is to treat this A augmented as separate. All right, it's treating it as a new identity in the sense like that. So I can just have my root and 7 of my dominant chord, and I have A augmented on the right hand, treating it independently. Okay, so we can, let's say, have dominance for E7, and then look at that. Okay, or maybe have a minor, The second chord progression we have for today is the 7-3-6. All right, B to E to A, and as implies, this is a chord progression we can use as a passing to the sixth, okay, which is A minor. All right, so on the 7 we can use different chord qualities. We can use, you know, the popular one, which is a minor 7 flat 5. Again, you can use that chord separation technique. So you take, this is the minor 7 flat 5 on the B, take out the root note, you have D minor. You can basically use any inversion of the D minor triad on your right hand. Okay, so you can have, let's say, to E7, so let's try that in the song. 7-3. All right, so just playing D minor triad on my right hand. You can switch to E7. Now we can use another chord quality on the 7. We can use a minor 7. Okay, so a minor triad, I'm just indicating because we can add a extension 7, 9, 11, or 13. Okay, and so with this chords also you can try out the chord separation technique. All right, so this is B minor 7. Take out the root note, which is B, and then you have what? D major triad. So use D major triad on your right and just have that the B sit on the bass, which is the root, or maybe the root and 7, right? Or you could just have the roots and just play your D major triad on your right hand. Okay, so there are many formations you can try out with the B minor 7. We can add a 9, and I did talk about this concept in my website, and that would be on the 14th of July, so stay tuned for that. But what we can do again is to take out the root notes, and then we have D major 7. You know, so we had D major when we added the 7 to B minor, okay, and then now we have D major 7 when we added the 9, because this is the 9, C sharp is the 9 of B minor. Okay, we just took out the root and now we have D major 7. So you can use D major 7, and you can use any inversion of the D major 7 chord on your right hand. Again, I talk about this technique fully on the website, so when it's on you can check it out. Okay, so we can do wow. The last progression we have for today is the 2-5-1-4 chord progression. All right, 2-5-1-4. As it implies, it is a chord progression we can use as a passing to the 4. This is a very popular, you know, gospel movement. You must have heard something like this, right? And this is the fun part, and the best part about this lesson is that you are not stuck to just playing the same thing everybody is playing. Okay, because once you understand the chord quality you can use on each of these numbers, then you have different structure of chords you can voice on each of the numbers. All right, so you're not stuck with playing the same structure of chord every single time. All right, you can, you know, create your own kind of 2-5-1-4, or as of the 3-6-2 of the 7-3-6, whatever. That's the best part about this lesson. Now we have to know the chord qualities we can use on these numbers. Now on the 2, started on the 2, we can use a dominant chord. All right, so we can play D7. Now we know there are several ways we can structure the D7 chord. Okay, we can add extensions. We can add the 9, we can add a 13, we can add a 11, stuff like that. Okay, you are free to create whatever structure on that D7. So D7. Now on the D again, on the 2, we can also use a major. We can just play D major. okay, straight up, just D major. Okay, that's an option. So we have two options on the 2. Either we use the dominant or we just use a major triad. On the 5, we can use a minor, probably minor 7. We can again add extensions 9, 13, 11, 9, 11, or 13, whatever. That's what we are going to be doing on the 5. Okay, on the 1, we're using C7 dominant. Okay, and don't forget, I showed you, I gave you 2 ways you can voice the dominant chord. Okay, there are several other ways. I did put that on the website, but you can use the source, or the source, or maybe with that upper structure. Okay, the argumented on the right. Right, so with this we can make out several structures, several ways we can play the 2-5-1-4 chord progression. Now, first off, let's try the 2-5-1-4, okay, in context, and then we'll improvise, all right, with the chord qualities we've deemed on each number. So we use this song, I said, yeah, found it for, is it? The waters of my soul. All right, so what we can do, I said, yeah, found it for the waters of my soul. I'm playing it in accordance with the melody of the song to just create my chord progression. Okay, so knowing this gives you a lot of ideas. Like, you can never run out of ideas, because when you are in another song, you can then use different structure because you want to probably use the melody of that song. Anyways, you get what I mean. So I said, yeah, I'm a fan of melody. The waters of my, I want to voice a 2-5-1-4 chord progression with the melody. So I can have D7, I'm adding the 9, G minor 9, C9 to the 4. We can try another example. I said, yeah. Okay, that's another way to voice it. All right, so I just went to the D7. Okay, maintaining this melody. Then G minor. Use the 7 and the 9. No, that's I mean several structures for that add 9. C7. Again, I told you can just use the D major on that too. So wow, you see that? So I used the major on the 2 before I went to the G. Okay, so we can even do, let's see. Trying to maintain this melody, the D melody. So I did D major, G minor, C7 to the 4.